So Yusuf ﷺ sees this true dream. And the dream, Yaqub ﷺ knows straight away what this dream is. Because Yaqub ﷺ has been blessed with knowing the interpretation of dreams. And Yaqub ﷺ tells him, instead of giving him the interpretation of the dream, he just tells him, he gives him some advice. He says, Ya bunay, oh my beloved son, la taqsus ru'yaka ala ikhwatik. Don't tell your dream to your brothers. فَيَكِيدُوا لَكَ كَيْدًا, because they will start plotting against you. إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لِلْإِنسَانِ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Shaitan is a clear enemy for the human being. Now, instead of telling him directly, he didn't give him the interpretation. He just said, don't tell your dream. Why not? Because the brothers also knew, because they're in the family and a household of a generation of people who know how to interpret dreams. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, then Ishaq alayhi salam, and Yaqub alayhi salam, and later on it's going to be Yusuf alayhi salam. So Yusuf alayhi salam doesn't know the interpretation of these dreams right now. And that's what exactly Yaqub alayhi salam says in ayah number 6. He says, وَكَذَلِكَ يَجْتَبِيكَ رَبُّكَ. He says, thus Allah will choose you and He will teach you from the interpretation of dreams. He will teach you that. وَيُتِمُّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكَ. And He will fulfill His blessings upon you and upon the family of Yaqub, meaning the rest of the progenies that I will have. كَمَا أَتَمَّهَا عَلَى أَبَوَيْكَ مِنْ قَبْلِ إِبْرَاهِمَ وَإِسْحَاقَ. Just as Allah fulfilled it to your two forefathers, Ibrahim and Ishaq alayhi salatu wasalam. So what he said to him is that Allah will, give you the interpretation. Allah will look after you. Allah will teach you all of this. But just for now, don't tell your brothers. Now, who are his brothers? He has 10 older brothers from another mother. And he has, one younger brother, Binyamin, from his mother. So they're all together the 12 brothers. The first 10 brothers come from one mother. And Yaqub alayhi salam gets married again. And from the second wife comes Yusuf alayhi salam and then Binyamin. So Binyamin's the youngest. Yusuf alayhi salam is the 11th in the family. And the other 10 brothers, Yaqub alayhi salam had them already going out and they were working and going and seeing, looking after the sheep and looking after fields and so on. So they were brothers that were working. And as for Yusuf alayhi salam, Yaqub alayhi salam had extreme love for this one child. Extreme love. Now, there's one thing about you being just and fair to your kids, but the other thing is about love. Love sometimes takes over. And you just can't help it, that you just have that extra love for this one person out of all these other people. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had the same thing. He loved all of his wives. He was fair and just to all of his wives, but he couldn't help the fact that he loved Aisha radiallahu anha more than the rest of the wives. He just couldn't help that. So he said to Allah in one dua of his, he said, oh Allah, after he shared something to all of his wives equally, he said, oh Allah, I have been just and fair to all of my wives regarding what I have power over. Like, this is in my control to do this. But please, oh Allah, don't take me to task for that thing which I don't have power over, which is the love, extra love he has for Aisha radiallahu anha. He just can't help it. Allah's made him like that he has that extra love for this one wife of his. But what you've got to remember is that there's going to be jealousy that gets created. And the wives of the Prophet ﷺ found, that they wanted to compete with one another just to get that closeness of the Prophet ﷺ. And they had incidents, which is not the time right now to go into that. But just based upon that, Yaqub ﷺ's children all knew that this one son, especially, they say that the youngest one usually gets more of your love than the older ones. It's strange how Allah has created us, because the first son or first daughter that comes out, they get the worst. Because you want to get everything right about them, isn't it? You want to get everything right about them. You don't want to make any mistakes about them. So that's the first one. And then the second one comes and you're a bit more easy on the second one. And third one comes and you're like, oh yeah, that's I've been through it before. Don't worry, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I don't need to be that strict with the third one, just as I was with the first and the second one. And that's how it sort of goes. But what you do have to realize is that you could create a rivalry between your children because of the way that you're treating them, especially when you're extra love. If it shows in any way in front of your kids that you're giving favoritism, then it's seriously going to turn to what? It's going to turn to jealousy. And Yaqub alayhi salam knew this, that even though he's a prophet, alayhi salatu salam, and this is the amazing thing, he's a prophet, alayhi salatu salam, and he's got children to worry about. Just because they're the children of Prophet doesn't mean that they're perfect. He's got to do his own bit here. So he knows this and he tells Yusuf alayhi salam, don't you tell your brothers about this dream. Just don't tell them. Now subhanAllah, what happens? Yusuf alayhi salam goes and tells his brothers about the dream. Why? Because he is young. He is, he's just a young kid thinking, after a little while you think, man, I want to get it off my chest. I want to tell this. I want to tell this dream. I want to say this. Such a nice dream to see. Can you imagine? Can you imagine seeing the whole sun coming down and bowing down to you? And the whole moon and the sun bowing down to you. Can you imagine 10, 11 stars bowing down to you? Wow! I've seen this. And he goes excitedly after a little while and he just blurts it out to his brothers. Not knowing what the interpretation of the dream is, and not knowing why his father said not to tell his brothers. Because his father never said that your brothers are going to get jealous of you, your brothers will do this, your brothers will do that. He didn't say that. He just said, فَيَكِيدُ لَكَ كَيْدًا. They may plan against you. إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانِ لِلْإِنسَانِ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. The devil is a clear enemy of the human being. Now, he just said it, and it's not realized. And the older brothers realized what this was. This was clearly a sign that Yusuf would surpass them in a lot of things. And Yusuf would become the center of, Allah's great favoritism on him. He would become the best out of all the brothers. He would get everything. And right now, it really hurts. You know why? Because when they go out there, and they toll the lands, and when they look after the sheep, guess where Yusuf is? He's playing at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts. That little one, yeah, that's more beautiful than any of us, yeah. Already he's got these long eyelashes, and he's got these beautiful eyes, and he's got this handsome face, yeah. And he's like kuchi kuchi coo with everyone around him, yeah. And he's playing at home, and daddy loves him more than anyone else, and daddy wants to protect him like in any way, anything. Where's Yusuf? Where's Yusuf? Where's Yusuf? Yusuf. Over us. Sheep. And he gets Yusuf. So he gets all the loves, all the cuddles, and all the kisses and everything else. And there's us sweating all day, coming back home, looking after the sheep, and have to wash ourselves after a hard day's work. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound right. And Yusuf smelling all nice inside, It doesn't look nice. So Allah Azza wa Jalla says, لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي يُوسُفَ وَإِخْوَتِهِ آيَاتٌ لِلسَّائِلِينَ. Allah is going to reveal a lot to us through this surah about what could happen to brothers, what could happen to close ones, what could happen to people who are in a relationship in any way, what could happen. Allah reveals a lot about their lives. So first is, إِذْ قَالُوا, when they said, this is the ayah number 8 of Surah Yusuf, Surah number 12. When they said, La Yusuf wa akhuh, is Yusuf and Binyamin. Both of them, they are so beloved. Oh my God, the love dad has for these two. Wa nahnu usba. We got the muscles, we got the strength, we've got the team together. We have to use our muscles and our body when it's their faces and their glamour that gets them everything they want. That's exactly what it was. Nahnu usba means that we're the hard working ones. They're getting it all easy. Why is that the case? Inna abana lafi dhalalin mubin. Our father. Now this is the sons of a prophet thinking like this. And Allah revealed this for a reason, because it doesn't matter how pious you are, my friend. Your children don't become pious as you overnight. They have to go through the same things that you went through to get pious as you. Right? So please, now there's a big lesson in this. Doesn't matter how pious you were. And sometimes people look at a couple of, they look at some parents and they say, oh man, them two, oh, their kids can't go wrong, They got such pious parents, they can't go wrong. Who said that? Shaitan goes in their house more than he comes to your house, brother. I'll just tell you that. Shaitan goes more to a house where there's pious people than where there's non-pious people. Because the non-pious people, Shaitan sits back and he says, I've done my job. I don't need to go in there. They're worse than me. You know what I'm saying? They're worse than me. When he goes to a pious one, he needs to go there. And they say, subhanAllah, they say that, this scholar said a beautiful thing. He said, if you get waswasa in your heart, if you get waswasa and you got whisperings in your heart, there's a reason why that happens. Because a thief doesn't go to a house that doesn't have any valuables. A thief goes to a house where there's something to steal. So shaitan will only come to your heart to give waswasa because you got something valuable in there. You got iman. You got iman, you got belief. So anyway, so this is Yaqub Alayhi's house where the brothers are ganging outside and they're saying, our father, he's in dalalim mubin. Now what does dalalim mubin mean? You could say that this part means he's in clear error, as in he's made a clear error. And that could be the case, that you could translate this. From their view, he's making a big error here. Error of judgment. But this dalal word also comes from a root word that gives us the meaning of emotions. So it's error made because of emotions. So our father is so emotional, he's just gone off track because of his emotions. And because of his emotions, he's now treating us in one way that he's not treating Yusuf and Binyamin. Now they got to the stage where some of them, this jealousy was so bad. You got to understand that. What could make half brothers say this about another half brother? Because they're actually brothers end of the day. What would make them say this? That they said, Uqtulu Yusuf, kill him. Now, wow. It's like, you think, really? Half brothers are going to kill another half brother? They're going to kill him? They're actually saying, kill him? Well, yes. When people look at others and think, how did he get that big house? How did he get that big car? How did he get all those clothes? Why is he more intelligent than me? Why is she more beautiful than me? How has she got all those jewelry on her? Why has she got that handbag that makes all the other women look at her, not at mine? Why is that? All these differences that we've got, when it gets to a certain stage, jealousy is the thing that leads to serious crime. As I said to you earlier in the series, the first crime in the heavens was jealousy. Iblis had jealousy against Adam alayhi salam. And the first crime on the earth was jealousy again. It was Habil and Qabil. Qabil was jealous of his brother Habil and he killed him. Right? And this is again another story that tells us about jealousy. It's a serious problem within human beings. Now what this surah will teach us is the psychology of human beings. So already what we can see is the reason why this is all happening, and then we see to what extent the human being goes to. And these brothers, some of them are saying this, kill him. Some others said, awitrahuhu arda. They said, let's just go and throw him into a land that he'll never be able to come back again. He won't find his way back. يَخْلُ لَكُمْ وَجْهُ أَبِيكُمْ. Subhanallah. The only reason why they did this was they said, after we get rid of Yusuf, we will become the only faces our father will be completely tuned towards. That's the only reason why they did this. Allah reveals this. يَخْلُ لَكُمْ وَجْهُ أَبِيكُمْ. They wanted attention. Any person that is jealous, there's a reason why they're jealous. And the primary reason is because they're not getting attention. This is a serious sickness, disease. If you know any person who's jealous, what they want is they want attention. So if you know someone who's jealous of you, how do you diffuse their jealousy? Anyone tell me? Yes, thank you. Create situations where they get attention. That's how you diffuse it. So basically, if you got someone who's jealous about you, the thing wrong to do is to carry on building your own attention. Yeah, you're jealous of me? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Yeah, you watch. Yeah. Hey guys, look. Yeah. So you're creating more and more tension to kill that person off, to make sure that he kind of dies in his own jealousy. Well, that's not going to happen. When a person is jealous of you, they're looking for attention. And you need to do the reverse. The more attention they get, and they're able to get, and the less limelight on you, and the less people give you credit or give you attention, the better it is that you will survive this game. Otherwise, that person who's jealous, Allah has revealed in the Holy Quran that it can get to murder. Jealousy can lead to murder. And a lot of the cases across the world, that's what it gets to. People get jealous of each other because of business. Rivalries get created. In the end, he just can't take it. He's jealous. The guy's made so much money when he's sitting next door to him with the same stock and he hasn't made anything. He just has a hitman, go and kill him. A woman's jealous of another, a woman sees her husband is, with another woman. And sometimes she gets so jealous, just do something, kill him in his sleep, kill him in the house, hire someone again to kill him. There's so many stories across the world. There's brothers, sisters, rivalries that get created, and jealousy is the first thing, and eventually it can get to murder. And the only way to diffuse it, again, the Quran is teaching us is, you got to understand the reason why they're doing it, and you diffuse it from there. So for example, you've got someone who's jealous of you, the way you look. Get yourself out of people's attention, man. If it's Facebook, man, just delete the account. You know what I'm saying? You're beautiful with the Facebook as you are without the Facebook. You don't need it to be beautiful with it. Some people, I don't know why they do this. They have a image on their social sort of media profile, and they make themselves look so nice before they take that picture. I'm thinking, man, you're just shooting yourself, It's your own goal. First thing is you don't look as nice as what you put on your picture. Guys, yes or no, tell me. You don't look as nice as that. So first is that all these guys are coming for attention towards you, and they're coming for a false person. They're coming for someone who's uglier than what the image shows them. That's first thing. Second is, you get their attention. It's like, yeah, they're going to look at my profile. They're going to give me all these. Second is, the next thing is, you're going to get a lot of jealous people. A lot of jealous people looking at you thinking, So that's how you got all that attention, huh? You put that lovely face of yours on there with all the lipstick and everything else on it, or whether it was the guy. I know guys not going to put lipstick on yourself, right? But maybe you put something else, and there's guys, listen, we might not put lipstick on, but there's ways that you can make yourself look better. One way is that you take your picture, then you take it to Photoshop, and you enhance the image. There's guys that do that. I'm thinking, man, you cracked or something. They enhance their photo in Photoshop. And they're making themselves look a bit more slim and make themselves look like better, this, that, and put it on. What's wrong with you? Because the person who finally eventually sees you, finds you, and talks to you will say, there's no way you're that person that they saw. There's no way. And even if you try to convince them, I'm that man, I just put a bit of weight on, they'll probably say, well, go and lose that weight. Then I'll get to know you. Right? I don't know. And the jealousy is the real thing. Because once people are jealous of you, there are a lot of people who get jealous because of profiles, because of face, because of pictures, images. And I'm like, why do you want to do that for? There's people who've got money, they want to make it, they want others to know that they've got money. I don't understand. Why are you doing that for? There's people who've got success. There's certain people, every time they pass an exam, they have to talk to everyone about it. I'm like, come on, man, get a life. What are you doing? You're creating a lot of jealousy, unwanted jealousy. You're like advertising. Come on, guys. Come on, look at my son. A star. Oh, Makes me feel so good as a father. You think that guy whose son's got A, B, C, 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 B, B, B in the exams and come out, you think they're going to be looking at you thinking, I'm so proud you just told me that. It's like you sitting in a place, yeah, and you're having a full 5-course meal, yeah, and you're enjoying it, and the guy's right in front of you, and you're enjoying your kebabs, you're enjoying your, all your donors, and you're enjoying all your, burgers and all that, and the guy on his plate, he's got mushrooms and peas. He's got mashed potato, my brother. He's got fish fingers. Now, bruv, you're going to be there and he's going to smelling your food, yeah? Don't tell me he's not going to be jealous of you. At least offer him some. Or don't eat it in front of him like that. Don't go and advertise your son this, your daughter's this. My daughter, mashallah, Cambridge, got graduation, got, entry into Cambridge. Well, why are you advertising all of that? When the other guy's son is going to end up in some other college or university that's not as good as this, and there's going to be feelings. And this is what Yaqub alayhi salam is saying, that inna shaytana lil insani aduwwun mubin. It's the right platform for the shaitan to come straight in there and sit in the other person and say, did you hear that? You hear that? Yeah. What's he saying that for? What's he saying that for? Who did he think he is? Who did he think he is? Huh? His son this, his son that, his son this. Huh? What's he putting in my face for? Yeah? Does he think I'm that bad? Does he think that's what shaitan will do? Do you think I'm low? Do you think I'm so low? I can't do that. And every other day he comes and says something good about his son. Every other day, and my son, what is he? Is he some kind of punk? Is he some kind of, this retard? Is this, that, blah, 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 blah. What does he think? And all these feelings come in. And on the face, they're not going to act like that. My guy, listen to me, yeah? Just because you said it to someone smiled at you, someone liked what you said, doesn't mean that they're not jealous of you. Yaqub alayhi salam's sons, when they heard Yusuf alayhi salam say that, it wasn't like straight away they looked at him. And while he was there, they plotted. They didn't do that. They just heard him. Hey, that's nice. Yeah. Guys, come over here. Did you hear that? Did you hear what it was? They're not going to do that in front of in front of Yusuf alayhi salam. They're not going to do it in front of the father. This is all going behind the scenes. So basically, when a person smiles at you in front of your face and they're saying good things to you, be very careful, my friend. When you've told them about your success, or when they know about your good success, when they're always coming around and asking about your success, don't be don't be the one just blurts it all out. Try and hide as much as you can. Right? I'd say a few nice things, fine, as a ni'mah, whatever. Second thing is, if they know all of that, about you, and they're smiling, all that, don't think everyone who's smiling and saying, congratulations, don't think every one of them is giving you the best wishes for your future. There are a lot of good people out there, don't get me wrong, please. A lot of good people, a lot of people you trust, your families, your close friends, and whoever will say congratulations and they mean it, but I'm sure you know which guy has got a problem within himself. I'm sure you've worked that out, because you will hear from the grapevine somewhere that, you know what, he made that comment about me to that other person. Yes or no, guys? That was negative. He made a positive comment about me in front of me, and he made a negative one over there. Now, guy, do your maths, my friend. Your maths is simple. When a person, this is how you know if someone's jealous of you or not. When the way they act in front of you, that's the same way they act behind your back, that's when you know they're clean. So if they act in front of you in a way, and behind your back they're acting the same way, like they smiled in front of you, they say congratulations in front of you, or they said nice things about you, and then go behind your back and they do exactly the same thing to other people, whoever they meet. Mashallah, brother so and so, I met him, mashallah, akhi, he's really good, he's a really good guy, really this, and they say the good things about you behind your back, then you know that person is not jealous of you. It's not in front of you where you take their test, it's behind your back. But when the same guy in front of you who said lovely things in front of you, then somewhere you got something in your ear that they mentioned something that wasn't nice, or wasn't entirely, they wouldn't say those words in front of you basically, in the way they said it to that other person. But don't forget, look please, there's another test you have to do here, which is the guy who brought you the report, you've got to be able to verify him as well. Because the guy who brings you the report, if he says, you know what, I heard Johnny, you know Johnny, he said this about you. Now, if the guy who's telling you is, Mike, yeah, Mike's telling you about Johnny, if Mike is not reliable, then his story is not reliable. You've got to be careful here. So if you absolutely trust Mike, then take that, but don't react straight away. Don't react straight away. You've got to hear it from a second or the third source that it's happened again, and then your maths adds up. Don't just be reactionary, and don't take every dhann or every suspicion to a fact. The Quran tells us this. Inna ba'da dhanni ithm. Some suspicion leads you to sin. So if you've heard it once that this person said it, then you want to you might want to confront the person, you might want to make tabayyun, or you might want to actually investigate, but you can't always do that. You can't always just go up to a guy, did you mention this about me? Man, you might cause a big fight. So what you need to do is, from the grapevine, if you hear that this person said he's spoken a bit, not so nice about him, and this person said that, and that person said that, okay, that's enough. Now you know that this person in front of you is acting in one way, that they don't act behind you, and your maths equals that they probably are jealous of you, or they don't like you for some reason. And if that's the case, my friend, what I'm going to say to you is, you better find a way of giving them attention. So one good way is, if a woman knows that she's beautiful and this other woman is jealous of her beauty, then the way to kill off her jealousy is to genuinely go and make really nice comments about her beauty, about the one who's jealous, in front of others. Or even if it's not about her beauty, about good things that Allah's given her. Just say, mashallah, this sister, mashallah, she's got good akhlaq, she's got this, she's got that, she's really good with her, with the way she conducts with others. And in front of others, praise her and praise her. Praise the one who's jealous of you. And when you do that, you start diffusing it, because then they get the attention they want, attention comes off you, and that's how jealousy starts to go away. But if you don't do anything like that, like in the case of Yusuf alayhi salam, Yusuf's still home. He's still loving his time with daddy. And the brothers are outside working every single day. And the jealousy has crept in, and they're trying to, nothing's changing. And he's seeing this dream that's going to make him this star of the whole family in the future. And they know that. Then they come to this where they wanted the attention of the father. And the final thing I will say is, وَتَكُونُوا مِن بَعْدِهِ قَوْمٌ صَالِحِينَ. Subhanallah. They said, you know what? We're gonna do this one act of crime. And after that, tawbah, tawbah, tawbah. وَتَكُونُوا مِن بَعْدِهِ قَوْمًا صَالِحًا. After that, all of us are going to be the most pious individuals you can ever find. We're going to be the best people you've ever met. This is what people do about a crime. They justify in their heads. Now, there's a lot for me to say on this. So today we've ended the session, but next week we're going to go from this point, which is the psychology of the people who want to do a crime. What is it that they do to justify themselves to make that crime? Because you have to justify your beliefs. And this is one thing they did. And all criminals, they justify something in their minds that it's okay for them to do the crime, because after the crime, there's going to be a change. And for that change, it's worthy to do what they're doing right now. La ilaha illallah, jazakumullah khair, wa akhiru da'wana, and alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Inshallah, I'll see you next week, inshallah at the same time.